Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro, who is currently in the United States, was just admitted to a hospital in Orlando for abdominal pain. Bolsonaro was stabbed in 2018 and frequently suffers pain in that area as a result. And this all comes after that violent mob of protesters loyal to him stormed the government's highest seats of power. Brazilian officials now vowing to protect democracy and punish the thousands of rioters who overran the country's Supreme Court, Congress, and presidential palace, calling for the newly inaugurated president to step down. The protesters claiming the election was stolen after the former president and an ally of Donald Trump spread the belief among his supporters. Director of the Brazil Initiative at Brown University, James Green, joining me now from Rio de Janeiro. So, James, hundreds of people apparently have been arrested now, right? With more demonstrators detained today. Can you just bring us up to date on what you know this hour and what's it like in Brazil right now?
So I think the country was absolutely shocked yesterday to watch on TV the invasion of the three branches of the government and the tremendous destruction of property. It was really shocking because classical works of art of Brazil were destroyed by the people who entered the buildings and broke windows and destroyed property. It was very shocking. There is, I think, fear that this kind of radicalization might continue in other parts of the country, that Bolsonaro supporters might mobilize people to do similar actions in other states, including attacking oil refineries to disrupt the economy. And so the government is taking a very strong, harsh position, demanding that there be investigations of all the people involved in the invasion and also people who financed the buses that took people to Brasilia.
So talk to us more about the new president, Lula da Silva.
Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was the president of Brazil from 2003 to 2010, 2 terms. He then was charged with crimes involved in corruption. He served 580 days in prison. And then later, when released, it was determined that the prosecuting attorney and the judge overseeing the case were in collusion. And the Supreme Court evacuated all of the charges against him. And so he was then able to run for president, was elected 51% to Bolsonaro's 49%. It's a very close call, 1.8% difference between the two candidates, 2 million votes. But before the elections even took place, following Trump's playbook, Bolsonaro insisted that the elections would be fraudulent, that the voting machines, the electronic voting machines were not reliable. And then so started the big lie in Brazil, similar to Trump's big lie in the United States, mobilizing, therefore, his supporters to think that he was actually fairly elected president and that the current government of Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva is illegitimate.
So, James, do we know if there was any type of communication between our former President Trump and Bolsonaro? We know that they had a tight relationship. Is it possible, do we know, is it even out there, that they had been in communication, that possibly Trump might have been supporting supporters of Bolsonaro?
We don't know details at this point, but I think it's highly likely that kind of conversation took place. Originally, there was a possibility that Bolsonaro would even stay at Mar-a-Lago, but he ended up being offered a place by a Brazilian wrestler who's retired, is in Florida. His sons are in close contact with Steve Bannon and the far right in the United States. And so I think it's highly possible that there was some way in which Bolsonaro was involved in directing the insurgency, the attempted coup from the United States, and I think was in Orlando precisely for a way to credible deniability that he was involved. I just heard that he has been with stomach problems. He's in the hospital, and I don't know what that really is. It's possible that these are repercussions from the stabbing that took place 4 years ago during the electoral campaign. It also could be a very successful excuse to remain out of the eye, to not be seen by the journalists, by the public. We don't know.
Well, clearly it's a story that surprised us. We will continue to follow it, and it definitely echoes so many similarities of what we went through. Same time frame, James, when we experienced our insurrection on January 6th. The irony is chilling. James Green, appreciate your time. We'll stay in close touch. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.